In today's video, we have a special honor of sitting with head chef Peter here on the Mariner of the Seas with Royal Caribbean. Thank you so much for taking the time to sit with us today. We're super excited to learn a little about you, what being a head chef is, and learning all about the ins and outs of running a huge operation that is cooking for thousands of people on a beautiful cruise ship. So thank you so much. Why don't we start off a little bit about getting to know you? Where are you from? How long have you been a chef?
Okay, so my name's Peter and I've been a chef for over 6 years, maybe longer. I come from Australia and I have been on Royal Caribbean or with Royal Caribbean. I did one stint for 10 years and then I'm doing my second stint I've been back for 2 years.
Well, congratulations. A lot of hard work going into the job here. So did you actually go to culinary school to become a chef, or how did that process kind of look like for you?
Australia is a bit different to a lot of other countries. We do an apprenticeship.
Okay.
And we do college for the second 2 years. We do a block, what's known as block. This is a long time ago, so it's probably changed again since then. But I started, first of all, with my mum, who's also a chef.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I did a year's worth
Family affair.
Yeah, did a year's worth of cooking with her in Hong Kong. And then I went back home and did an apprenticeship. And then I left Australia and went around the world, basically, and started in England at the Savoy Hotel.
Wow.
So, and I learnt more there than I did throughout my whole apprenticeship. But anyway, it's another story.
Hey, you got to learn on the job, and as it's thrown at you, just pick it up and move forward, right?
That's it.
There you go. So let's talk about some of this beautiful ship that we're on. There's so many different venues. I'm really excited. This is our first time on the Mariner of the Seas. We've been on the sister ships. It's very similar, and it recently went through a royal amplification. So there's so many dining options. We get super excited to try new menu items along with new venues. What can you tell us about them?
Okay, well, Jamie's has just had a new menu put in only a couple of weeks ago. That's Jamie's Italian, and it's quite unique in what it does because it's from Jamie Oliver. Yeah. We also have the Chops Steakhouse.
The signature Royal Caribbean Steakhouse.
That's correct. Yeah, they're on every Royal Caribbean ship. What else do we have? We have Bamboo downstairs in the promenade. We have Cafe Promenade.
Izumi,
yeah, which is extremely popular.
We're actually going to there, not tonight, but the next night. We're looking forward to that.
Yeah, a lot of people really enjoy Izumi's. And then, of course, we have the 3 main dining rooms here. Windjammer upstairs. Yeah, there's quite a lot.
There really is. One thing that was new to us for this experience here on the Mariner was the hot dogs.
Hot dogs.
Yeah, the
doghouse.
Yeah. On the pool deck. So that was really fun. We'll have to try that a little later when we're hanging out on the pool. So you have quick service, you have specialty dining, you have complimentary. A lot of options.
Yes, we do.
So there are so many different aspects of being a head chef. Let's hear a little bit about what is the most challenging, the most fun. I mean, you're on a ship for months at a time.
Okay, so the most challenging, I think, is just the organization of the galleys and things like that, because I mean, in the real world, it's not always as you would expect, I mean, for example, you may have staff sick, or you may have people not turn up because you're relying on the turnover of staff. So you might be a few people down and stuff like that. That can make it quite difficult sometimes. But apart from that, I mean, I really enjoy what I do.
Yeah.
And I try to get my guys to enjoy what they do.
I think you have to, right?
Yeah. Well, as I say to them, you've chosen this career, so you better like it, And it's a good environment to work in. It's very full on, because obviously there's a lot going on. And you've got to be fairly fit. in order to be able to do it, because you're running from venue to venue
That's
and making
true.
sure that everything's okay and so on and
Right.
so forth.
What about the sense of camaraderie? Is there a lot of like teamwork involved and all of
Oh,
the
yeah.
different team members
The
kind
whole-
of pulling together
the
to make it
whole-
happen?
The whole operation depends on that.
Yeah, I love that.
You can't have people working on their own. It just doesn't work.
Right.
So yes, everybody has to work together.
That's great.
Doesn't matter where they work.
So there is a lot of camaraderie and teamwork, so that is great to hear. So is there a lot of fun aspects as well that you really enjoy about your job? Because you say you do have to enjoy it. Is there anything in particular?
I think the enjoyment comes out of knowing that you've done a good job. And that's seriously one of those things where job satisfaction is actually got to be one of your primary focuses, you know.
Yeah.
In order to be able to get that across to such a large team of people, then you've got to lead it, you know, and the people who represent you, your sous chefs, your exec sous chefs, your CDPs, they have to lead it as well. So that's extremely important.
I can imagine, yeah. That's where the teamwork all comes into
Yeah.
play again as well. Beautiful. So let's talk a little bit about some dietary restrictions and things that also have brought on some new changes with new menus of the ship. So if I have a dietary restriction, whether or not I have an allergy or I'm vegan or vegetarian, what is the best way for a passenger or a guest to bring it to someone's attention, or how do you go about that?
Generally speaking, the way it works best is if they go to the head waiter of their station. So when you sit down, your head waiter will come and introduce himself, and that's the person you need to focus on to let him know what your restrictions are.
Yes.
He will then go to the galley, he will then discuss it with the chef, and the chef will then organise to make sure that whatever that restriction is not included in what you're getting. So,
Okay.
yeah.
Very good. And I know that Royal Caribbean has just recently unveiled a new vegan menu, which is
That's
really
correct.
exciting for both vegans and also vegetarians who want to just have some new options as well for them to sample. So I understand it's some brand new menus.
Yes, they are. In fact, the chef that was putting it together was only on here probably 2 or 3 weeks ago, and he was working on it then to actually improve it, and he did so, and we trained all the guys to do it here at the same time when he was here. So yeah, no, and it goes well too, by
Yeah.
the way.
Well, I had the vegan dessert last night. It was a hit, and I can't wait to sample some more throughout the rest of this cruise as
That's
well.
good.
So what other options can a guest look forward to?
Okay, so there are options of kosher food, and there is more coming. We have Indian food available, different curries and dals and things like that. Again, this is something that if you know about it, you can ask for it. There's also, essentially, we are open to doing, if a person has a special request or something like that, sometimes we do that as well. That goes through the AVO system, and yeah, we try to keep the guests happy. So.
Very good. A lot of accommodations to make your meal as memorable as possible.
That's correct.
Love it. So let's hear a little bit about some special celebrations. I know Royal Caribbean is actually celebrating their 50th birthday. So
That's correct.
yay, happy birthday to Royal Caribbean. How are we celebrating?
They have a special cake. They've been doing a parade, and these cakes are advertised on the table, and you'll be able to try it tonight.
I'm so excited. It looks like a lot of fun with a lollipop,
That's
a
correct,
sucker
yeah.
right in the middle. I've seen the pictures. I've yet to try it, so it's going to be the highlight of my evening. And any other celebrations that you guys will celebrate for holidays or any other things where you have particular new menu items like that where guests can experience it if they don't plan on cruising for the 50th birthday, but anything else where?
Well, generally they celebrate the Christmas, the New Year, the Easter. There was another one as
Thanksgiving?
Thanksgiving. Yes,
Yeah.
very good.
American, you know.
Yeah, that's it. But yes, no, they do those.
And they
as
bring
well.
out
special menus.
special menus?
Yes.
Okay, very nice. I can't wait to cruise on a holiday then and try those.
Mm.
So can we talk a little bit more just about the logistics of your role day in and day out? Does it look pretty similar from day to day, or are there differences between the menu changes, or is it a routine?
The job itself is very involved. It can be, it ranges from watching over food costs, watching the quality of the food, making sure it's being prepared in the correct way to the company standard or better, making sure that people are trained in order to do it,
Right.
Organising the actual operation itself, making sure the food is ready on time, so on and so forth. There's a lot involved. And it does change on certain days. I mean, on embarkation day, we have the key guests where we have to do the special breakfast and the special lunch. We also have to get off the ship and check the produce and make sure it's all okay. We have USBH, which is public health, which is 24/7 obviously, but we do inspections.
Right.
And that would happen on embarkation day as well.
A lot of moving parts.
Yeah. Yeah, it's very, very involved. And fortunately, I have a good team behind me, so we get it done.
Excellent. So as we've discussed, it is such an involved process. Can you just walk us through a little bit step by step of how involved it really is and how many people help along the line?
Okay, so as you know, the galley is broken up into stations, and it'll begin with the food coming on board. It's all packed away by the storeman. Then it's all taken out by the storeman to be issued. Then it goes to, depending on what it is, it could be the meat, it goes to the thawing room, then it goes to the butchery. The butchery has to cut it up and prepare it into steaks or whatever it is that they're making, and send that up to the station. From the station, it will get cooked into the various things that it needs to be cooked in. If it's vegetables or fruit, it gets sanitized in the unpacking room first, and sanitization has to happen for anything that comes up into the galley. Then it's prepared, it's cut in a specific manner, depending if it's a stir-fry vegetable, for example, for windjammer, or it could be an accompaniment to a chicken a la king or something like that. So it's cut down in the unpacking room, and then sent up to the various stations where it is then utilised in the dish where it's being cooked. If it's going to be used for stocks or soups or anything like that, generally it's sanitised, then peeled, then sent up. Then it goes to, for example, your lettuces and stuff like that, they're all sanitised. Then they're sent to pantry, who do all the appetisers, or to buffet, who do all the salads.
Just at the preparation, how many people? Wow,
yeah.
I've lost count.
Yeah, there's a lot of it, and I mean, you've got stations to make soup, you've got stations to make sauce, you've got stations to make the roast items, you've got Torno, who does all your curries and things like that. You've got the fish station, who does all the fish dishes, and veg station, who does all the veg. So on and so forth. So yeah, it's all broken down.
Incredible, truly incredible. So one of my favorite memories from each cruise is kind of at the end, and when you have a chance to honor some of your wait staff and the servers, and even when some chefs get a chance to step away from the operation and come out. We absolutely love waving our napkins in the air and saluting to such a wonderful cruise and the wonderful meals that we had throughout the dining rooms. That's always such a fun thing for us. We always love to thank you and salute you guys for a beautiful cruise and beautiful meals. So we always love that.
Yeah, no, the guys like to get out there and do something occasionally too. So yeah, it works both ways.
One last question is for anyone who's aspiring to be in your role. What would be some of the advice that you would give them, someone who wants to be an executive chef or work their way up? what would you say?
I would say that it's a great job. I've thoroughly enjoyed it. I've never left it. There's a lot of people who started with me that have left it, but for me it's always been a passion, and it always will be, I guess. And I think that you need to seriously look at what is involved. There's some good books out there that actually explain it really well. You know, you've got to be able to, for example, work when others are having fun. That's always a hard one for the beginners, you know. I mean, they've got to come to that. Yeah, that's it, you know. You learn very quickly that it's far different to a lot of other jobs, and it's hard work. So you got to be prepared to do that. But it does have good rewards.
Wonderful. Great advice. Be educated and know what you're getting yourself into.
That's it.
I love it. Well, that does it for this video. I hope you enjoyed learning all about what it is to be an executive chef and the logistics of the job and being on a cruise ship and preparing so many meals. It has been such a pleasure to get to know you. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you guys. If you enjoyed the video, please do give it a big thumbs up, subscribe for more, hit the notification bell, and check out these other 2 videos that I think you might enjoy as well. Until next time, ciao for now.